Hello, Neverland kids. Welcome to another devotional time with Pastor Maddi. We are here for week 2 of our devotional series, which is super exciting. We have just come out of Easter. We've just come out of Easter, and what a fantastic time. I know I had a wonderful Easter. I hope you guys did too. But if you guys don't remember, for the month of April, we are talking about humility, and the theme is upside down. So everything is rotated upside down. And when we're talking about humility, it says putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve. And that is what humility means. So as we dive on into devotional time, our normal checklist, you need your devotional sheet for week 2. You need a journal and a pen. And then, of course, you also need your Bible. Remember, it doesn't matter what translation you're using. I'm using the ESV because that's what I have. You can use any type of version. It will be fine. They may say something different, but that's okay. We're going to get the point across. So today, we're continuing our conversation about humility and what that means. And when we think of humility, it is a big, big word. And it is something that we have to remember, and when we're being humble, we have to remember not to be prideful. When you think being prideful means being first, wanting to be wealthy and wanting to kind of be in charge. And being humble is almost the exact opposite. It's being very generous. It's putting other people first. Yes, you may have more wealth than others, but you still want to put people first. And that is what Jesus did. Jesus, as fully man, but fully God, he had all the riches in heaven, and he gave them up for us. He humbly came to earth, which is what the Bible talks about. He gave up all of the riches of heaven, and he came down to be with us. So today, we're going to look at a simple verse, and it comes from the Gospels, Mark. So it's the second book in the New Testament, so Matthew, Mark, and it's one of our Gospels. And the Gospels, if you remember, is the retelling of Jesus's life here on earth. Our 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all tell very similar stories when Jesus was on this earth. They tell of his miracles, of his time, his preaching, his teachings, and then, of course, his death and resurrection. So today, we're going to look in Mark chapter 10, verse 45. So Mark chapter 10, so Mark is New Testament, it's the second book, so it's that latter half of the Bible, if you can see. And then chapter 10, verse 45. Alrighty, here we go. It says, "For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give life as a ransom for many." If you caught that, I said that at the very beginning of this devotional. So let's reread it again. It says, "For even the Son of Man," meaning Jesus, "came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." So when we're talking about the Son of Man, we're also talking about Jesus, because Jesus was 100% God and 100% man. And so he was both. And so when we're talking about the Son of Man in this chapter, or in this little verse, it's talking about Jesus. And he came to serve, not to be served. He didn't come down on this earth to do many great things so people would look at him and go, "Oh yes, Almighty Jesus, we want to serve you and we want to do all these things for you." He actually came to serve us, to bring healing and wholeness to us, to bring freedom to those that were captive, to bring healing and wholeness to those that were broken and hurt. And that's the great thing, and that's how God shows us humility. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to soap about our verse today. And if you don't remember, SOAP stands for Scripture, Observation, Application, and Prayer. You ready? Here we go. those were some awesome observations, guys. I love working through soap, and I loved really looking at this verse again and realizing just how humbly Jesus came to be with us, and he came for us. He didn't come in a prideful way. He didn't come to be all flashy and look at him, but he came in such a simple way, and people were drawn to it just naturally.